All right. Okay. Here we go. Um, I'm doing another reaction to Lonely Men, Rules of Modern Dating and Understanding Women. It's complicated. Literally the title of the of the of the little video I'm gonna react to today. Make sure you're going like and subscribe to this guy. He's amazing. He does this great he does this great YouTube videos where I think he's in Las Vegas and he's asking people about relationship and life in general. He does amazing. So make sure you're going to check him out. Um, and I know I said I was gonna use a new mic. I am gonna use a new mic. I do have a new mic here, but fucking hell, it's so hard to for me. Like anyway, I'm struggling to fucking connect it. But I just wanted to knock out because I'm gonna do a couple of a whole bunch of videos today. So I was thinking maybe I'll knock out this one video and get it out of the way first and see how it is and shit. But then I'm gonna jump into and try and sort out the new mic. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's hear what this guy has to say. So and then make sure you like and subscribe mine as well. All right, let's get it.
Please consider making a donation or clip my videos and share it on all platforms. Don't forget to tag me.
The opinions captured in these videos do not necessarily reflect the views of...
Is it easier for a man or a woman to acquire sex?
Right off the bat, it's fucking easy for women to get sex. Easy. It's like this, and they can get some dick. Right off the bat.
It is much easier for a woman to acquire sex.
Why is that?
Because
men want some pussy. That's like yeah, men want some pussy. That's like men have always chased pussy. Men have always been driven by pussy. Men have always wanted some pussy. Or some punani. Let me not say pussy. Some punani. Punani is a great motivator for every fucking man out there. Like I'm telling you, with some right punani around, men who can achieve anything.
we choose whether or not we have the option.
That's another true thing. Yeah, women are the ones who are usually if you are like just like a normal dude, like now, like if you're like nothing special, and by nothing special I mean like if you don't have like some social status or some money or some shit like that, usually women have to choose you. Unless like you are like socially higher up or like whatever, if you got some money, like thoughts be thoughts, they will choose you.
Of whether or not we're gonna let a man have sex or not.
I don't think that that's necessarily true.
Don't women typically consent to sex?
Consent goes both ways.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. What's the longest that a man's ever made you wait for sex?
You know, it's happened. I don't know.
But does that typically happen?
Maybe. No, it doesn't typically happen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't typically happen. we niggas, we wanna fuck. We wanna fuck as soon as you want us to fuck you. We wanna fuck. You know?
Okay, so isn't it fair to say that women generally control access to sex more than men do?
If a woman wants sex, she can get it. If a man wants sex, doesn't mean that he can necessarily get it.
Okay.
Duh.
Okay, so is it safe to say that women typically control access to sex more than men do?
Yes.
Because it's easier for a woman to get sex than it is for a man?
I don't like the phrasing that you're boxing me into, but
But I mean, would you have a different way of explaining it? I mean, is that not generally true?
I think that.
I mean, if it's easier for a woman to get sex and it's harder for a man to get sex, we can't conclude that women typically control access?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
It's easy.
Stop being so nice to women. Nice will never equal turned on or
Easier for a girl for sure. Yeah, guys are thirsty.
What? Women are equally as thirsty, but they just don't show it. Usually because they're the ones who are getting chased the most, or like more usually. So their thirst is not allowed to be shown, but bitches be thirsty as well.
Since it's harder for men, should women be surprised that guys have lower standards for sex than women?
Not really, because I mean, they just want to get it in, right? Yeah, real quick.
Yep. Men will fuck anything with a punani. I mean, you in human form, in human wise. But yeah, men we tend to fuck anything, like, and no emotions involved or nothing. Just because there's a pussy available, we'll stick our dick in it. It is what it is. Not most men. I always have to say, like, I have to always balance it out. Not all, not most. All that bullshit. Yeah, not most all men.
Don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
I mean,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of an incel?
No.
An incel?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Have you ever heard of an incel?
No.
Okay, incel stands for involuntarily celibate, and it refers to a person who can't get any sex. Who is more likely to be involuntarily celibate, men or women?
Man.
Men.
Men. I think it's 1 in 3 men are not having sex right now.
In today's society, if a man goes up to a woman and asks her for her number or Snapchat, he's looked at as like a creep and a pervert. But if a woman goes up to a man, it's 100% okay,
Not a creep or a pervert.
which is not okay to me.
Why are men shamed for not being able to get sex, but also shamed for trying to get sex?
That's a good question. I think it's the way they go about trying to get sex, because women want relationships. Well, I can't say all women, but a good amount of women want relationships, and when you meet the men that just want sex, it kind
What the fuck do you mean just want sex? Of course, sex has to be on the table, but men don't just want sex. They want the relationship as well. But you women are very choosy and picky, so like, yo.
and it tarnishes everything.
Is it fair to shame men for being incels when women are the ones who control access to sex?
I don't think you should shame anybody for anything.
Is it fair to shame men for being incels when women are the ones who control access to sex?
No,
No.
not at all.
Isn't that victim shaming?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, but women don't look at it that way. No. They'll laugh at a dude who can get sex, but yet they're the ones who control the having sex part. You know what I mean? The double standards, you know?
Isn't every man who's been rejected temporarily an incel?
Yes.
Is it fair to portray incels as lazy, immature losers because they don't conform to women's standards and selectivity?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fucking incel.
If a man can't get sex, he might be made fun of and called names just for that. And then, well, also I think if a man does get a lot of sex, it might be like everyone praises him also for getting a lot of sex. So I don't really think that there's a whole lot of men out there that are getting shamed for having a lot of sex.
Is it fair to portray incels as lazy, immature losers because they don't conform to women's standards and selectivity?
Negative.
No.
Everybody is built different and has their own standards in life.
Well, you lady, you say that. Your actions don't match your words. You know what I mean? You say that. It's good to say, but the actions doesn't match the words.
If a man does conform, does that make him a simp?
Negative.
No.
Why is it more acceptable to shame men for having low standards versus shaming women for having unrealistic high standards?
It's great.
They're
I'm
stuck.
speechless on that one.
Oh yeah. You kind of got me flabbergasted on that
They're stuck. They're stuck.
one.
Right, you're fluttered. Don't know what to say.
Damn. Survival of the fittest. Whoever seems like they're about to get it in gets it in, and they continue their genes and whatnot. But besides that, like, I don't know.
So would you say, based on that women ultimately control the evolution of society?
Yes.
Based on the men that they choose?
Yes, it's because it's like the mating rituals. Like they say yes or no in most breeds. You
So
know,
then
like
how are we
species.
living in a patriarchy where men have all the power?
Just because that's how society was set up when women were supposed to stay home and take care of the kids and the guys went out and did all that shit and we're supposed to rely on them.
What is the longest you've gone without having sex?
A year?
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
A year?
Probably like 18 years.
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
Probably like a month.
Who's more likely to lie about how long they've gone without sex, men or women?
Women.
Man.
Don't men lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
Men lie. Yeah, I literally was about to say that. Men lie about getting more, and then women lie about. No, yeah. Men lie about getting more, and women lie about getting less. Yeah. That's it. Women will fucking deny a body, like the bodies they have out there, whereas men will wanna put their number up for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, men do.
No.
What? Nigga, what? Stop.
Yeah.
Don't men lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
Yes,
Why?
because we're seen as being tarnished for the more sex that we have.
Why are women who sleep around seen as sluts while men who sleep around are seen as studs?
Because men don't want to see that they're woman that they.
I can give you my number.
This is totally random.
It is.
I don't know how it is for you, but for me,
They have prospect to be interested in has been with every man.
Could it be because it's easier for a woman to be a slut?
No,
Could it be is it easier for a woman to become a slut? uh, to be fair, it is so easy for a woman to be a whore. It is like the easiest shit out there. You can fuck. You can get dick anytime. Do you hear me? Women can be easy whores. Whores.
Don't women control access to sex?
they do, but there are many male sluts. They're just being praised for
There's no such thing as a male slut.
being that way.
But isn't it harder for a man to be a male slut than it is for a woman to be a female slut?
Depends on the man.
Wouldn't you say that the high value men with lots of options are rare?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like for a man to be chosen, like to be the one that chosen like by women, he has to be like to have value, to have like he has to be socially acceptable, or like he has to have money, or he has to be a high value man for him to be chosen by women. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
So then wouldn't you say that it's more likely for your average woman to be a female slut than your average man?
Yes.
Women sleep with who they want, men sleep with who they can.
facts.
Way you.
What's the difference between shaming a woman for being a slut and shaming a man for being an incel? In other words, why are women shamed for having too much sex while men are shamed for not getting any sex?
Well, women can't have sex without being attached in some way. It's just in our innate.
What do you mean they can't have sex?
Not that they can't have sex.
They
They can't have sex without having some type of emotional attachment.
Why do you think men are more likely to be able to have sex without feelings than women?
Because you guys are made
We just wanna dump our semen in someone.
to procreate.
The name is involuntarily celibate, so the man is not choosing.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice for that one. But us females, we definitely have a choice to be a slut or not.
Well, because women control access to sex.
I control whether you take my clothes off or not.
We do.
Don't women have a choice to be a slut, but a man doesn't have a choice to be an incel?
Yeah.
So then why would it be worse to call a woman a slut than it is to call a man an incel?
I don't know why it would be worse.
But our society labels it as worse.
Yeah.
They label being an incel worse than being a slut?
Well, in other words, a lot of women resent being called a slut when they have
Correct.
a choice to be a slut, but it's okay for men to be called incels when men don't have a choice to be an incel because men don't control access to sex.
I think men don't have the choice on what they're doing, but nowadays with social media going the way it is, women have actually embraced slut. And that's the problem.
Slut walk. Amber Rose embraced being a slut, a whore, and all that.
Do you think women today are more interested in relationships or hookups?
Hookups.
You know, I would say more hookups today.
Why?
Because they have all these rappers, you know, saying
They just wanna do hookups until they hit the usually yeah, like I said, I think society's fucked up. They just wanna do hookups until they fucking meet the high value men they think like is out there. So women out here like just trying to do the most Like, you know what I mean? Not all women. I have to say that.
Influencing them, like trying to. Basically, they're trying to play the role as men. You know, they're trying to play us out of our money, and it's bullshit.
Me personally, I'm more interested in relationships. Women nowadays, I think, are more worried about their careers and hookups.
So if women are more interested in hookups, how can a man let a woman know he just wants to hook up without making her feel like a slut?
There isn't a way, no matter what.
So aren't we kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't?
Yes, you are.
Damn.
Would you rather have the best sex you've ever had or the best food you've ever eaten?
Best food you ever eaten.
Yeah, food for sure.
Best food I've ever eaten.
I'm a foodie. I like food.
Would you rather eat all the junk food you want without gaining weight or have unlimited sex without being slut-shamed?
Unlimited sex without being slut-shamed.
Who are the bigger slut-shamers, men or women?
Women.
Women?
Why are
Chasing that A and want to save time on proofreading? Grammarly makes editing one click simpler.
there men who shame women for being sluts when men also complain about how hard it is to get laid? Are those the same men?
No. I think the men that are calling women sluts are looking for a woman that aren't sluts.
If a woman's body count doesn't matter, why is it typically the first thing women bring up to shame another woman they are jealous of? In other words, why would a woman ever slut shame another woman?
Because they know deep down body count does matter.
Is the main reason women don't want to be easy is because they don't want to be shamed? Or could it be that they don't want to relinquish their sexual power over men?
I don't think either one of those. I think the reason why women don't want to be easy is because we don't want to have a body count, because we want to find somebody that wants us for who we are, and the guys that we're looking for don't want a woman with high body count.
Shout out to this queen. This queen is clued on. Like, I always love these videos because you always find a lady like this. She's very clued on. She's very socially aware. She knows what she knows exactly what's going on, and she is giving the real answers. She's not just trying to make women or make herself look good. She literally seems like she's giving some good answers. So shout out to this queen. I love it.
Why is it okay for women to feel entitled to be protected and provided for, but it's wrong for men to feel entitled to sex and intimacy?
I think after being provided for so long, and once you're comfortable in the relationship, that men are going to expect for you to be intimate with them at a certain point.
Are women doing men a favor by giving them sex?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I guess.
for a moment.
If a woman rewards a man with sex, why is there still pressure on him to perform and satisfy her?
I feel like men can be selfish.
But girls will not come back if they're not, like, doing well. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, like, if you give me sex and you don't come back, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I've hit. I'm just being honest. Let's be honest.
Well, why should a man have to earn the opportunity to please you sexually?
Because women get to decide everything in other species, so why not human species?
Okay, but then if that's true, then why do we complain about being in a male-dominated patriarchy where men control women?
Because it's the hunter and gatherer type of discussion. Because we had to stay at home and wait for the men to come and hunt and bring that shit back to us for us to, like, cook and shit. So that's where it started.
Are there female incels?
I think so, maybe.
Would it be fair for society to shame a lonely old cat lady for being involuntarily celibate?
No.
How likely are men to have sex with a lonely woman out of pity?
A whole lot. Men will fuck. Men will smash.
I guess it depends on who you ask. I'd say pretty likely.
How likely are women to have sex with lonely men out of...
Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Pity.
Oh, unlikely. They just want men that are rich and famous.
How likely are women to have sex with lonely men out of pity?
Not so likely.
Why is that?
Because
Because bitches be wanting some rich niggas. Bitches be wanting all the like the glory. Like they're looking for a partner. Okay, but let's put that in perspective though. Like okay, like fair enough, women they like um they'll be looking for protection. Like I mean historically they want like a provider and all that stuff. So I mean it kind of makes sense in a way. I just don't wanna sound like I'm just saying women this women that. It makes sense. But hey, I mean throw some lonely niggas a bone out here, man.
A woman wants a man that looks strong and feels strong, and she feels like she's going to be protected, and that's what they look for. So if you look like you're the weak one cowering in the corner, she's probably not going to go up to you.
Men think that there are these issues. Like, if you were more confident, or if you just like put yourself out there more, you just like, F it, whatever, just do it. I guarantee you, it doesn't matter what the woman's standards are. That's what they're attracted to.
Let me ask you this. So if you woke up tomorrow and you were a guy and you wanted to get laid like most guys do, how would you do it?
I'd go to a bar, find my pretty girl sitting at the bar, sit down, and I'd ask them if I could buy them a drink. Literally. That's all you have to do. Make yourself there. Present yourself. Be confident.
I understand that, but if that was true, why would there be so many guys who complain about being stuck in the friend zone?
Because they're too busy trying to be the nice.
All right, slight intermission, but we continue. Gonna finish this up. Gonna wrap it up.
Themselves that they want this. They're looking like the friend, so we see them as a friend.
Do you prefer a man who is a gentleman or a bad boy?
I like
Bad boys, that's what they want.
a gentleman.
Stop being so nice to women. Nice will never equal turned on or
Gentleman.
Is it fair to say women lust after bad boys that want to settle down with nice guys?
Yes.
Yes. After they get run through, like after they get banged up by bad boys or whatever the so-called bad boys, they'll wanna settle down with a nice guy or the so-called simp. After they get run through though. If you notice, after like watch Lori Harvey, the nigga she's gonna chill out with. It's gonna be like the little bald-headed old rich gentleman. But after she's done fucked Future and all them other bad boys, the so-called bad boys. You know what I mean?
How do bad boys treat women?
Like shit.
What's the difference between a man who spoils his woman and a man who's whipped?
What's the difference between a man that spoils his woman and a man that's whipped?
His level of consent and his part in happiness in doing whatever he's doing for his woman. If he's not happy doing it, if he's resenting her,
It depends on the authority that he puts down. Like, there can be a man that spoils his woman in a certain way. He takes her to dinner, he takes her out, he takes her on vacation. And then there's the men that literally bow down hand and foot for their women, that their women are running all over them.
If a woman expects to be spoiled, doesn't that mean she expects her man to be whipped?
No.
Do men shame each other for being whipped the same way women slut shame each other for being easy?
Yes.
I don't know about that. I do know that men will shame their friends for being whipped, and I think that's a problem with the patriarchy.
Does every incel hate women?
No.
Does every feminist hate men?
Probably, yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Does every incel hate women?
No.
I don't believe every incel hates women. I think that they might be shyer than most men. I think more alpha males end up getting more sex than more beta males do.
Does every feminist hate men?
Yes.
Yes. I'm not a feminist. I am more of a traditional woman, so I really can't speak on the feminist woman because I don't agree with most of them.
What is the patriarchy?
Patriarchy is... You're going to make me describe this.
How do you define it?
Well, the old white men who have deemed what is acceptable for men and women, the roles of men and women, social norms, the leads. It's all back to old white men deciding for everybody.
Not shout out to Sneako. That's hilarious. No shout out to Sneako. Alright, you know what? Wait, alright. Yeah. This video is done.
Building
I
your business online?
I wanted to react to this. I wanted to react to this, and you know what? Pokimane can learn a lot from this video. Pokimane, the streamer, that lady, he's always calling guys who kind of call her out on a bullshit like Sims and shit. So Pokimane could learn a lot on this video, and I'm gonna title this video "Pokimane needs to watch this." You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, the video is done. One out of the way, and I hope the audio was alright. Like, usually that's why I normally use this, but people will be like, "Oh, you need to switch up your audio," and I'm gonna switch up my audio. Yeah. Alright. Nothing much to it. Please like and subscribe. The next video I'm gonna do, I don't know, what video I'm gonna react to, but I'm jumping into it anyway. So, peace.